internet, welcome back. This is Sierra, and if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Sierra and I'm an American who lives in Japan. Every week my family and I try to make a new video about our life here and how we live a little bit more sustainably. Anyway, if you read the title of this video, and I assume that you did since you clicked on it, you guys know that today we are going to be doing another long-awaited DAISO haul. I have not made a DAISO haul on this channel for quite a long time because it is currently the end of June and the American military base that my family lives on has been on not really lockdown, but we've been on pretty strict quarantine procedures for the past 2.5 months. And this week was kind of the first week that we were finally able to go out and about and finally do things that were not essential in the close vicinity to where we live. So that was pretty exciting. So today I was finally able to go out and about into the greater area around the base to do some leisure shopping with my best friend in Tokyo, Jen. Hi, I hope that you're watching. And we had coffee and we went to DAISO and we had lunch, and it was one of the best afternoons I've had in quite a long time because I've been trapped in the house for how many weeks now? I don't know, but it was great. So we are still not able to travel into central Tokyo yet. I didn't make a vlog for you guys about that day. I probably should have, but to be honest, I just really wanted to focus on enjoying the time that we had and really take in the experience of going back into Japan again, even though I live in Japan. If you've ever lived on a military base overseas, you know what I'm talking about. If you want me to make a video about what it's like to live on a military base in Japan, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and that way I'll know what kind of content that you guys want from me. Anyway, as I already said, I decided to make a haul video, and to be completely honest, because I haven't been to DAISO in almost 2.5 months, there were a lot of things I needed to pick up, or things that I needed to pick up at DAISO, and so I'm pretty sure I did the biggest DAISO haul I have ever done in my time in Japan, and my total came to about 5,000 yen, which is about $50-ish. I don't remember the exact amount. If I can find the receipt, I will tell you guys the exact total. But you don't know what DAISO is kind of like a Family Dollar or a Five Below, where most of the items are about $1, but they do have some more items that usually go up to about $5. But the difference between Japanese dollar stores and dollar stores in the West is that the stuff in the dollar stores is actually good. And when it comes time for our family to leave Japan, not being able to have access to DAISO anymore is going to just break my little heart. But anyways, let's get into this massive, in my opinion, DAISO haul. I'm sure someone's made bigger ones, but so far for me, this is the biggest DAISO haul I've ever done. And this bag is pretty heavy. Look at this. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. All the stuff that is in the bag, I have stuff from pretty much all different parts of the store, so hopefully this will be able to give you guys a pretty good idea of kind of what is available inside of DAISO. So first items I'm pulling out of the bag are, I got 2 of these little, what is it called? Round flower stands, and they look like this. And you can see the packaging just says in English, round flower stand right on it. And I don't know if you guys watched my plant video from last year, but our patio at this point is pretty much a forest, and I cannot help myself, and it's being pretty much taken over by plants. But in summer in Japan, it's pretty hot, so it's kind of hard to sit out there for very long anyway. So I got these stands to kind of help keep the plants up and out of the water from when I water them. And these are awesome because I think they can hold up to 20 kilos. So I really like these. I have a ton of them on the patio, but because my plant collection has grown, that means I need more plant stands. So hello, my name is Sierra and I'm addicted to buying plants. Okay, next item from the bag is another plant item because your girl has a problem, and it is pretty much the same thing except it is a slightly smaller version, but they're stuck together and I can't get them apart. Oh my goodness. Send help. Okay. Nope. Okay, there we go. So I got 2 of these little mini plant stands. These are each 100 yen. Pretty much everything at DAISO is about 100 yen. If I have anything in my bag that wasn't 100 yen, which is about $1, then I'll tell you how much it was. But these are mini versions of the other plant stands, except these ones don't go on wheels. And these ones hold, I think, only 4 kilograms, but I like them to put little tiny plants on that go inside. And I also have some tables out on my patio that I keep plants on. But again, I don't want the bottoms of the pots to stain the table, so I put them on these little plant stands to kind of keep them up. These big ones that I got were 200 yen a piece. Next item in the bag is a really awesome Pokemon coloring book. Perhaps it's Pokemon and Friends. I don't know. I got this for little man because we are in the process right now of planning a trip to the States to go visit family and introduce him to our extended family. And that flight is going to be 9 hours going and 13 hours back because we are traveling a little bit around the United States. So a lot of things in this haul are kind of for him to keep him busy on the airplane. But I thought you guys liked to see it anyway. But anyways, the coloring book is pretty awesome. It's got Pokemon, you can color mazes. I think there's a couple little kids activities in here as well. And Little Man's had pretty much every single coloring book from DAISO and he loves them. And I really like them because they're a lot smaller than your average American sized coloring book, and so it doesn't take up that much space in his backpack, and even if we're not on the plane, I love to use these for him because he can kind of just use them to keep him busy on trains or when we're at a coffee shop or at a restaurant or something. Okay, and then the next thing that I actually got 2 of them for little man. Again, this is for the airplane. I got him 2 of these little kids paper craft kits. And now that I'm looking at it, it looks like I actually have to pre-cut this because I don't think I can take scissors on the plane. But what you do is you just have to cut out the little pieces of the animals and you can glue them together, and then just like on the front of the package you can create a little scene. Okay, and then I also got another little kids kit, except this one is a little bit different. This one is not a cut and paste, but it's kind of like a punch out type activity book, and all they have to do on the back is they just punch out the little characters and they can stick them onto the little crosses, and then I guess they can just play with it or whatever. I thought that would be a really non-messy fun thing you could do on the airplane. There's that. You guys are going to notice really quickly that most of the stuff that I picked up in this haul is for little man because we are planning a trip. So if you're not here for that, I'm sorry. Okay, next item I'm going to show you guys, it's not actually a kid's item. Well, it kind of is because I got one for my son too, but it is this awesome USB charging fan. In Japan in the summer, it is about 97 degrees all summer and it's about 100% humidity, and as you guessed, it's pretty much like walking into a sweat box. And then the fan that I got for little man is just a manual one. I thought about it for a while and I decided not to get him a rechargeable one, only because I was a little bit worried about the rechargeable ones kind of punking out and or not working well with my USB charger if we really needed it. And I figured this would be better because it'll always work no matter what, and because he's a preschooler, sometimes he needs to be doing something with his hands, and I figured that if he had something he could sit and click like this while we were out and about, that it would at least keep him busy and occupied. Okay, the next item is a little bit controversial just because of the fact that it is a disposable item, but if you guys don't know, in Japan the mosquitoes are awful. So after some thinking, I got a handful of these stinky pouches. What are they actually called? Insect repellent plate lavender fragrance. So what they basically are is they are just like stinky box thingies that you can hang on your plants or put anywhere pretty much that you want to prevent mosquitoes, and these worked really well last year, not only for the patio but also I put them on my plants outside and it helped prevent the bugs from bothering the plants, which is pretty great. So it kind of had like a dual purpose type thing, and I got 4 of them because they only really work for about a month, so I figured I'd have to replace them. And in my experience in the springtime and early summer in Japan is really the only time that you can get these because they tend to sell out really quickly once the bugs really start to come out, and so I figured I might as well stock up now so I don't have to worry about that later. Not just that, I also want to bring a couple of these with us to the United States because we are going to be staying at a lake house and I'm really worried that there's going to be a lot of bugs from the lake, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to pack at least one of these in our suitcase for the patio. Speaking of bugs, the next little assortment of items I'm going to show you guys are more Japanese bug products. Pretty much changed our lives here because, as I already said before, the mosquitoes are vicious and I don't like to go outside if I'm going to be eaten alive. So these have been really awesome for us pretty much all of our outings. And what these are is these are various bracelets and clips that are pre-infused with bug repellent, and instead of spraying chemically bug spray all over yourself, you just take these out of the packaging and put them onto your clothes or onto your wrist or whatever, and it keeps the bugs away. Okay, next item is all about the practical. I got a massive box of band-aids, and if you are a parent or if you have nieces and nephews, then you understand exactly why I needed 100 band-aids from DAISO. The next item I have is actually one of my favorite things to buy at DAISO, and it is this little wash bag. This one I think is supposed to be big enough for 1 to 2 shirts. I feel like every time I go to DAISO I buy one of these wash bags, yet somehow I can never find one when it's time to do laundry. So I'm starting to have a pretty good collection now, and this one's really adorable because it has a panda on it. Who wouldn't need a panda wash bag? You know what I mean? So I couldn't resist. And the next item I'm going to show you guys actually came from the DAISO kitchen section, and that item is 2 stainless steel soaps. Stainless steel soap, if you've never heard of it before, it's not actual soap, it's just a stainless steel ball that is shaped like a bar of soap. This is actually one of my favorite products in general from DAISO because this is really helpful for those afternoons or evenings when you chop something in your kitchen that's really smelly, like onions or garlic. And after you're done doing all that, all you have to do is wash your hands with water and the stainless steel soap. And there's something in the stainless steel, and I don't really know how it works, but basically it just removes all the stankiness from your hands. And the next kitchen item I want to show you is this way too cute to be real knife sharpener that is shaped like an elephant. Isn't this adorable? The main reason I bought this knife sharpener is because it's shaped like an elephant, but we do have a handful of knives that we've had for about 6 years that could probably use a little bit of sharpening. So figured I might as well give it a try, and if it doesn't work, then I'll go to Kawabashi Street and I'll have them sharpen my knives for me. Okay, moving on to the next item in the bag. Oh look! Found another aroma clip. This one's a little Shiba Inu. Next item I got from the kitchen section is actually not for me, it's for little man. It is a really cute, you can't really see it because it's clear, but it is a vegetable peeler. And yes, we already do have a vegetable peeler that he could use, but our vegetable peeler is one of those really fancy, expensive vegetable peelers that you can literally shave half your thumb off with, and I am not comfortable with little man using that. I figured I would just get him this little tiny kid safe peeler so he can help out in the kitchen if he wants to. And I thought it was funny because it has a smiley face. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it just makes me really happy. And so if I like it, I assume little man would like it. I also figured that if we had this really adorable vegetable peeler, then maybe little man would be more likely to choose and use this one in my kitchen instead of using the big fancy one. And that way I could save myself at least one heart attack a week. The next item is a really adorable Hello Kitty mug cover. And yes, I know that this is one of those items that's totally ridiculous and doesn't make that much sense, but I actually got this as a gift to give to someone when we visit the States. And the person I got this for actually got a Hello Kitty mug from us from Christmas this past year, and from what I have heard, she likes to put her coffee in it almost every day. So when I saw this in the store, I thought of her immediately, and I couldn't not buy it of her. But I hope that she likes it. And girl, if you were watching my channel, you just spoiled your own present. But you know what? It's cool. You're gonna know what it is by the time they get to you anyway. Okay guys, it looks like I only have a few more items left, and all of these items are from the craft section. And the first one I have is, if you guys don't know, I like to cross stitch, and so I got a little package of these needle threaders. Yes, I know some of them are missing, and that's because I opened it as soon as I got home, and I put a couple of these in my sewing kit already. Next item is another item that I got for little man from the craft section. It is a little tiny house that you can paint and put together, and it turns out it is a house bank / piggy bank type thing. And I thought that would be really fun. Last month, little man and I decorated a real birdhouse for my mom and sent it to her in the States, and she loved it. And little man has suddenly really fallen in love with painting, so I figured this would be a really fun activity for us to do on one of these rainy days in the next couple of weeks. Okay, and then from the sand section, painting section, I got a little can of lacquer spray, which I think this is actually new at DAISO. But the reason I got this is because right now in our neighborhood, a lot of the kids are painting rocks and hiding them for each other, but it's been recommended to us that we seal them somehow, because once it rains, the paint just kind of disappears. So I figured if I use something like this, it would help them last a little bit longer. Okay, next item I'm going to show you guys is from the kids section, and it's actually really nostalgic for me because I think I played with these when I was little, and it is a little set of plastic chain stars. If you grew up around the time that I did, you probably played with these too. But you can take them and you can put them together and make little chains of them, and I figured this would be a really fun, non-messy activity for little man to do on the airplane or in the airport while we're just kind of sitting and waiting. So that should be interesting, and if he ends up not liking them, then that's fine. I will play with them because I'm a 30-something-year-old woman. And I think we are down to the last item, guys. Yeah, okay. This item I actually picked up because I've been getting a lot of comments on my YouTube channel from a certain subscriber. It might be 2 people, I'm not actually sure. But on every food video that we had, for some reason, people keep calling us out for not giving little man chopsticks. I just want to nip that comment in the bud right now and let you guys know the reason that we don't give little man chopsticks is because he hates them. Like, not that he just doesn't like them, like he actually hates chopsticks. And I don't know what the situation is about these chopsticks, but in China, when we sat down to the restaurant for the first time, and even in our hotel room, the people from the hotel would send us both silverware and chopsticks. Every single time that we gave our son chopsticks to eat with in China, he would pick them up and he would look at them and he would just throw them on the ground. I don't understand what the issue is, but after thinking about it a while, I was wondering if maybe the main reason that our little man doesn't like using chopsticks is because he doesn't really know how to use them. So at DAISO today, when I saw this in the kitchen section, I thought that maybe this would be a really good solution, at least as a starter, to help little man learn how to use chopsticks, and it is a chopstick helper. I decided to get him the green dinosaur one because who doesn't love a green dinosaur? And since all of those things that we've tried haven't worked, I figured I might as well at least pick these up and make one last ditch effort to teach him how to use chopsticks, because as I already said, our family lives in Japan. And when we're in a restaurant, sometimes there's no cutlery at all and you have to use chopsticks. So maybe this will work. Other than that, I think we are all set for today. My bag is empty and I'm kind of sad about that. But what that does mean is I get to put all this fun stuff away in my house and or the box for our trip to the United States soon. So if you are still watching at this point in the video, I just want to say again, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!